We all know about energy use and its importance in regards to sustainable living, but how aware are we of our own personal contribution? In the last 2 decades, we have been plugging in more and more appliances as electronic equipment becomes increasingly portable and personalized. Because of this, plug loads account for a significant portion of building operational energy, especially since they are not regulated. In this study, we formed a campus audit squad to take an in-depth look at an office on campus. The chosen office has 8 spaces: front desk, admissions, counseling, office assistant, assistant to the head, department head, storage with a mini kitchen, and a conference room. To start, we divided the equipment inside the offices into 4 categories: task, lighting, thermal, and miscellaneous. We then collected data for each appliance over the course of 1 month. We found that the task category contributed the most at 41%, followed by thermal at 28%, miscellaneous at 24%, and lighting at 8%. However, the energy used within each space differs depending on the equipment in the space and room type. For example, the storage room contains only miscellaneous equipment, and therefore 100% of its energy use is from that equipment type. On the other hand, in Office 3, which contains equipment of 3 different types, we found task at 12%, miscellaneous at 39%, and thermal equipment at 49%. In order to understand the relationship between behavior and energy use, we examined plug loads by week and by day. Analysis of the plug loads for the entire office over 4 weeks revealed an unusual increase in energy use from Monday morning to Tuesday morning during week 2, showing a maximum of 250 watt-hours, which is 210 watt-hours higher than the average of 40 watt-hours. We decided to take a closer look. A sudden increase in thermal equipment use appears in Office 3, thus explaining the increase in total thermal energy use during week 2. We then did some space comparisons: Office 3 task equipment with Office 2 task equipment, Office 3 miscellaneous equipment with storage room equipment, and lastly, Office 3 air conditioner with Office 5 air conditioner. For Office 2 and 3 task equipment, the graph shows typical weekday use and no use during the weekend. The graph for Office 2 task equipment for Monday reveals that the computer was not shut down completely for the weekend, as well as occasional spikes outside of office hours. Office 3 equipment, on the other hand, produced a constant phantom load. For the entire month, Office 2 task equipment shows a 25% phantom load, and Office 3 task equipment shows a 40% phantom load. For the comparison of miscellaneous equipment, we looked at the refrigerators in Office 3 in the storage room. The refrigerator in the storage room is ENERGY STAR certified and therefore more efficient than the older model in Office 3. The graph of Office 3 shows a typical constant oscillation of energy use totaling 20,000 watt-hours. The total energy use of this older refrigerator is 120% higher than the storage room refrigerator, toaster, microwave, and coffee maker combined. Lastly, we compared the air conditioners in Office 3 and Office 5. The unit in Office 5 was not used, while the unit in Office 3 was used continuously from noon on Monday until 8 a.m. the next morning. The energy use of the air conditioner in Office 3 maxed at 100 watt-hours and averaged around 75 watt-hours, showing a greater average than any equipment in the entire department office. Even though this happened only once the entire month, it contributed to 20% of the thermal energy consumption of the office and 5% of the total plug use for the whole month. In the end, equipment choices and behavior matter. The energy consumption of just one appliance will affect total energy use over time, and something as simple as leaving an appliance running longer than needed will significantly increase energy use. Imagine leaving the air conditioner on over the weekend. So remember to turn things up.